Welcome to Gaster Eggs Chapter 4 Part 1. The series titling of Gaster Eggs has always been a little confusing, and it's been a long-running joke between you all to simply refer to it as GEGS. Maybe I should give in and make it officially GEGS. It'll be an acronym that stands for Graham Examines Gaster GEGS Sufficiently. What are GEGS, you ask? Just consult the acronym. There, I've solved it. No more confusion anywhere. I think it's safe to assume people watching this video are into indie RPGs with a lot of replayability and fun secrets to find. Just last year, Two Left Thumbs helped bring Beetle Ninja to Steam and made it available entirely for free. You play as the Beetle Ninja and have 14 in-game days to stop the arrival of an unfathomable cataclysm that is coming your way. Play and replay the game, trying different strategies, recruiting different ninjas to your cause, and see all the fun weirdness this has to offer. It won a bunch of Misao awards back in 2020, and again is 100% free. I'll have links to that down below. If you have fun with it, drop us a review. That's enough of that. We can get on with the GEGS. At the start of this chapter, we are again in the hometown, and you're probably wondering what the heck you were supposed to do with your third chapter egg. You don't have to place it anywhere the way you did in chapter 1 and 2. Instead, it is collected for you, and you can check on this by heading to the school. With no eggs collected, hey, what's with the egg at Birdley's desk? Never mind, I don't want to think about it. It's Birdley's desk. There is an egg here. With just one egg. It's Birdley's desk. The leader egg is joined by the 1 eggs you found. It simply counts off you've found 2 eggs. It doesn't seem to matter which egg you found. There's not unique dialogue or anything here, it's just counting the eggs off. And with all 3 eggs up to this point, it's just counting off a third one. So now let's move on to how you find the Chapter 4 secret egg. Infinitely more straightforward than it was in Chapter 3. In Susie's Dark World, there's this section where her and Chris must climb the tower together. When you reach the top, she runs out to the left, you're gonna want to go right. We seemingly have a series of riddles down this hallway. What do you call a man with 1 eye? Why does the angel make its cry? Who will call the girl who snows? The girl who snows is probably Noelle. I don't know. I don't know. By my count, we're going to want to go 100 windows down this hallway. I don't recommend actually counting that out. The important window is past the final NPC, so you can just run to the end and work backwards. It's probably a little easier. And when you're over there, you got a little moss to munch on. It's sacred moss. Eat. The moss was consumed with gusto. But this one doesn't seem to change our status. If you don't, you left the moss for the next person. Pass it on. If you didn't watch the Spamton Sweepstakes Part 2 video, I do recommend it. The amount of stuff that was teased here is kind of unbelievable. That's part of why I knew to look for the window with the little egg in it. You can walk through this window into this hall with another piece of the prophecy. A house, 2 trees, and the lone text, roots. I heard something in between. Something in between. It was mixed up. Followed the tail. The grow, children, lost forest, wood, where pointed the poor children. If you keep talking to this guy, it'll keep showing you these words, but rearranged in different ways. The pointed tail, the followed children, wood, where, forest, lost, the grow. You have to rearrange the words in this statement. The capital L at the beginning of Lost tells us that that would be the first word, but also with this secret in the Spamton Sweepstakes, we know that the correct ordering is lost where the forest would grow, which only leaves a few extra words, allowing us to craft the full sentence, lost where the forest would grow, the children followed the pointed tail. We know that Des has been lost, potentially out in the forest, and we have no real way of knowing yet what the pointed tail might be. Very cryptic, very intriguing. While we're here talking about lost children, let's look at the next string of hidden text in Chapter 4. I'm starting to lose track of the time. Has it been days? Hours? If someone told me it's been years, I might believe them. Before, the sun came up, and so many wonderful things happened that made time meaningful. Things like breakfast or late night TV. In this place, I don't eat or drink anymore. I can't tell if I'm awake or dreaming. I can't even tell if I'm dead or alive. It's just nothing but pitch black silence, except for the noise. The scratching noise I sometimes hear. This sounds crazy, but even though no one can hear me, when I hear that noise, I feel like someone's listening. Anyway, if you're there, thank you. This has already started to spin off so many theories. Most commonly that the scratching is coming from Mike, or the friend, who is seemingly being presented as a Cheshire Cat-like character, potentially one that can move between these worlds. I won't get deeper into it than that. I haven't thought through it all that deeply myself yet. So back in the hallway with the egg window, we do our all too familiar moving back and forth between this pair of screens, which takes us to a hospital room. Chris, there you are. The patients are waiting for you. Yes, I know, I'm quite small for a secretary, but knockoffs don't have the right to complain. Presumably referring to the way that we previously saw these photocopied aces in Chapter 3's egg room. The two side doors are inaccessible, they both seem to be occupied. We can only go up through the door that has a tree drawn on it. All of this is blacked out. People have gone in the files and removed the black covering. It lets you see Chris, but not the actual objects in the room. So first heading down towards the bottom right. Oh, I'm sorry. I was so into drawing, I didn't notice you. Are you here for art club? Right, this is where we draw pictures and don't kill each other. What am I drawing? Oh, don't look. I'm not finished yet. How did I get here? I can't say I remember. I was in such a rush. I didn't look where I was going at all. Directly above that, someone seems to be making a painting of a tree. However, strangely, it seems that they haven't drawn the bark yet. So oddly kind of drawing the tree from the inside out, definitely symbolic of something, not sure what. Closer towards the middle and up to the top, it's a sink. It would be ridiculous if you painted something and there was nowhere to wash your hands. And closer to the bottom left, just above the left-hand door, he is behind the tree. So moving around and behind that, well, there is a man here. Well, he seems to be pointing at something and nodding. This actually puts something in front of the door that you need to interact with to be able to leave again. Well, there is a canvas here. Will you draw? No. You admired the texture of the canvas. The canvas is gone, but you still can't leave. Well, there is not a man here. The sink remains in place, but the other interactables on this side of the room are gone. At this time, you can now leave. There's no new dialogue with the secretary. Once you've left, you're no longer able to go back to that area. So be sure not to miss your chance. Well, there is a canvas here. Will you draw? Yes. Chris picked up a pencil. They began by sketching what they had seen behind the tree. But, as they sketched, the line began to err, as if the pencil had lost its way. So, they started again, drawing over the lines they had already made. Many times, they would suddenly halt, or the pencil drifted into a new drawing. So, they started over again. Through many repetitions, their movements became faster and smoother, until, without looking, they had completed a sketch in a single wild line. In the end, as a result of layering the sketches on top of each other, the surface of the canvas was nothing more than a monochrome smear. Next, a tree was painted over it. Painted over everything, leaving nothing but a simple still life. After all, there wasn't anything to look at in the room besides a single tree. Chris got up. It seemed the painting was complete. But their hand, smudged with graphite, was still moving, as if to trace some unseen shape. An egg was picked up from a nearby easel. From here, there is no longer a canvas, and there is not a man here. However, you can still go to the sink. It's a sink. You ran water over your hands and dried them. Between your fingers, a faint gray crease glittered stubbornly. You can never wash it all away. And the rest of the room is again empty. Well, how did the session go? They say art is therapeutic. Which one of you was the patient anyway? Well, you got paid, didn't you? When we leave, the hallway is shortened, there are no longer any NPCs in it, and we've completed the collecting of our 4th chapter egg. At the end of this chapter, we do get to return to hometown, but everything is shut down, and as far as anyone's been able to figure out at this point, there is nowhere to put this egg. However, there is one late chapter interaction in that 3rd sanctuary that differs depending on whether or not you have the egg. As the borders of this path fade in and out, an extra couple lines can be seen revealing the location of a secret path. Heading down this hallway, after the flower man trapped in asylum, this organic treasure? There is no treasure, only experience. The other side of your mind. Did you miss something there? Yes. Liar, your hands are shining. You took and made. Tickets and cards drawn in gray, a trace, repeated. It's all so clear. Though it would be a lie if I said I understood it. He seems to first be referring to that most recent egg. We took the egg and then made a drawing. Our hand is shiny with graphite. And then, referring to the chapter 3 egg, making copies of cards gray, coloring them in, as well as the ticket needed to access that area to begin with. We are all liars now. Yes, it's fun being a liar. If you said no, it's absolutely true. Oh, sink me, the unbeliever. I should be a statue. And on his second interaction, he has the same response. If you instead came here without an egg, it'll start off the same, talking about treasure. Yes. You speak the truth so confidently. You are safe now, but you have the makings of a liar. Or answering no. Of course you didn't. There's nothing to miss. Those who can't speak the truth are liars. And none of us can know the truth now. So we're all liars. Look for yourself. There's nothing back there, is there? At which point a door opens, taking us to this sanctuary's version of the windowed hallway. There are more of these organics, which all say the same things as before. And there is once again an egg window, giving you a second chance to collect it if you had previously missed it. If you hadn't previously eaten the moss, it'll be here waiting to be eaten now instead. Before we get off this area entirely, at the bottom of that tower that you and Susie climbed together before going to do any of that, there is an organic chilling down at the bottom off to the right. I am the philosopher. Haven't you heard of hyperlink blocked? Yes. I feel like I haven't heard of it, but I don't know why. No. You haven't heard of it. Is that right? Unclear if they're asking if we've heard of hyperlink blocked or if we've heard of something that is currently being blocked. I think it's the former, and it's kind of just a general reference to Spampton. Now I'll shift gears and make my way through various random things that exist throughout this chapter. I had theorized that we would see Toriel's Undertale design when she appeared in the Dark World of Chapter 3. I wasn't that surprised when that didn't pan out, but then I was shocked by how obvious it feels that her clothing in Undertale is her religious vestments. Her church clothes for celebrating the Deltarune. Seeing that appear here at the top of the chapter kind of blew my mind, yet it was so obvious at the same time. When first trying on the church clothes, Susie has two different responses, saying she looks very nice, shut up, don't say that, or saying you're sorry this is happening, shut up, this is your fault. Toriel's dialogue is unchanged. On Asriel's old clothing, there's seemingly a small design on the breast, a small yellow-petaled flower, pretty subtle, but also very on the nose. First thing in the morning here, you can inspect the TV and see the taped up, repaired antenna. It's a TV. Its antenna was broken, but it's been taped up. After Toriel leaves, you can revisit it with Susie for an extra bit of dialogue. Right, before you sealed the fountain, we managed to find Tenna in the Dark World. He was barely alive, but the Pippins and Shadow guys told me how to fix him. So, I tried patching him up. Hope it worked out. Your mom kinda wants to throw him out, though. Let's find a new home for him fast, okay, Chris? And later in the chapter, when you're wandering around town, we do actually have a possible home for this. It's been pretty long understood that with Napstablook working as a police officer, that the reclusive character living in this house would instead be Hapstablook, the character from Undertale that worked with Alphys to become Mettaton, a character obsessed with TV and over-the-top theatrics, so seemingly a character that would deeply appreciate Tenna, and perhaps providing Hapstablook the necessary outlet to discover himself and become something similar to Mettaton, even without Alphys' direct involvement. Whatever am I to do? This boredom, this ennui. You must have the wrong house. Now run along and play, darling. If you say nothing, that's what I thought. Go off and frolic somewhere. But instead offer to give your TV. What? You want to give me your TV? I don't understand. Is there some kind of catch? It's scuffed, old, and the colors are kinda messed up. But it's, really good. It's a really good TV. I see. Could you bring it on by? Yeah, of course. Wait a sec. Oh my, it's a handsome little thing, isn't it? What's the brand? I don't know, but his name's Tenna. Your TV has a name? No, I mean, yeah, but just like a nickname. Like Antenna. How cute. I'll take it. Really? Hell yeah, Chris, we found him a home. Oh my, you two really love this TV, don't you? Well, don't worry. I have the strange feeling Mr. Tenna and I are going to get along famously. Cool, well, I'm putting it in your house now. And inspecting the house, Tenna, you cad! What is this? Salacious music video. Oh my, I think something just awakened within me. Next, making our way to the church. You can sleep through the service and simply skip all this, it's not very interesting. And if you choose to watch the whole service and read what Caddy is saying, she goes on for a fairly long time. It's not like that changes, so it's not especially missable. I imagine a lot of people didn't stop and read it, but I don't think it's something I'll include in these videos. I already did it in my own stream of the chapter. I do really enjoy the way that both Toriel and Noelle look visibly upset when Caddy just starts improvising the reading. I think Toriel would blow a gasket if she knew that we're either sleeping or just rummaging around in our pockets in the back row. During the actual church service, there are various different interactions that can take place depending on what you are carrying around. Chris, you didn't bring anything to do, did you? If you simply say, let's pay attention, geez, look at you acting so holy. Come on, don't think I haven't heard the rumors. You know, when you and Caddy were kids, didn't you try to summon a demon? I'm surprised they even let you in here. Then again, this place does seem pretty, tolerant. Huh? Fruit juice? If I can last until the end, we'll get fruit juice? Is that the reason you're trying to pay attention? Well, okay. Or you can instead look in your pocket for something fun. Any weapon that Chris could hold will show up as a nibbled pencil, except for the relatively new Cactus 10. Not every item shows up in this interaction. A dark candy will appear as smellable stickers. Any of the burgers are burnt crumbs. A CD bagel is a piece of a CD. Any revive-based items is a peppermint that Susie will eat. And any of the tension-based items are an orange hard candy. And if you have a whole bunch of this stuff, then Susie has an extra little comment. Nice, that should be enough. Alright, let's mess with the stickers first. You inhaled the sticker's aroma. Smells like marshmallows, which matches the scent it's described as having in the dark world. Fragrant, but not overpowering. Now what? Put a sticker in a good place. You put the sticker under your eye. Trying to look like your band outfit? Here. Now both sides are equal. Huh? Hey, who said you could put stickers there? One of the few things in the game that Chris does without our input. Seemingly, this is Chris and Susie having a sweet little moment without us. You know what that means, dumbass. Well, that used up all of them. But in the following scene, you won't actually have any stickers on either of your faces. Put a sticker in a bad place. Huh? Hey, who said you could put stickers there? You know what that means, dumbass. And so regardless, it circles back around to you sticker each other up like mad. Now at this stage in the game, you can't actually throw away your weapon. If you try to drop the ball of junk, recently, seems like weapons can't be thrown away so easily. But if you otherwise have no items on you, alright, now we're talking. Let's see what the hell you've got here. A cactus needle? Huh? It's your sword? Seriously? Well, explains the dirty toothbrush in my pocket. Here, Wait, right, these aren't my clothes. What's in here? Whoa, what's this paper? No way. Dear Caddy, thank you for the honor of this junior dance. Your eyes are like whirlpools of molten cat food. The expensive kind you have to buy at the pet store. Signed, Azriel? Hey, come on. Don't act like you weren't laughing too. Look, here. This was in here too. Peace offering. You got the ancient chocolate. It was absorbed into the junk ball. Must have been hard always being the cooler one, huh, Chris? And, rather poignantly, you nodded. Which in turn gives us the ancient sweet in the dark world. A chocolatey cone etched with arcane glyphs. Only Chris can eat it, plus 400 HP. If you try to give it to Susie, oh, how old is this? To Ralsei? Aw, Chris, your favorite. And it heals Chris with no other interaction. Chris's ability to play the piano has been a recurring topic across these chapters, so it's only fitting that there would be a bunch of secrets tied to finally playing a piano. You can't actually attempt these when first finding the piano, it'll cut you off after 3 notes. You have to first go through the cutscene where Susie gets the song from Gerson. And of course, significantly here, Susie was told by Toriel that Chris is good at playing the piano. When we try to play, it doesn't work. After those words from Susie, you thought about Susie's words and took a deep breath. From which point, your hands began to move on their own. And Chris takes over playing. And hammering the final note as it transitions back to us. Reinforcing that idea, these sprites in the game files are referred to as piano puppet. Kind of haunting, really. There are quite a few secret songs, and many of them are notably complex to play, so a lot of them were found just digging around in the game's code, but I think a few super fans stumbled upon the Megalovania secret all on their own. And the annoying dog comes racing in his little toy car we first saw in Chapter 2. The second it crashes into Chris, it cuts to black and is no longer there. And from then on, we're not even allowed to play it. It's a one-time gag. Playing the song that you actually play to solve this puzzle, there's a lot of shifting octaves. It was hard to get smooth. Huh? Why'd you play it so different? Are you, like, nervous or something? I thought they were both really nice renditions. Does he? And you can actually play that whole thing again without doing any shifting octaves? Amazing! You played the whole thing, Chris! I don't know. That sounded kinda off. Isn't there a switcher key or something you gotta use? It sounded nice without it too. Here's my choppy playing of Deltarune's main theme. Susie? Nothing. Just thought it was a kinda cool song. And the legend, the opening track of this game detailing the legend of the Deltarune. Oh! What? You gonna serenade Ralsei with that one? Once Upon a Time, the first song in the Undertale soundtrack, played during the opening introduction sequence. What's that song? Sounds like crap. This is the track Dark Sanctuary, sort of the theme for the entire chapter. Feel like I heard that once. Yeah, that's right. Ralsei was humming it earlier. Oh, was I? Sorry. Lost Girl, the track that plays when Susie and Noelle are in her room in the Queen's mansion. That one's kinda nice. Wonder if I could learn it on a guitar. Heartache, the song that plays in Undertale's soundtrack when fighting Toriel. How emotional. Maybe you should play that for your mom. You know, she hasn't heard you play in a while. Playing Your Best Friend, Flowey's theme heard in Undertale. Aw, that sounds so friendly and sweet. Interestingly, having Ralsei say that, especially when we still don't exactly know what's going on connection-wise between the two characters. His theme, which plays at the end of our fight with Asriel in Undertale, during the flashback to when he first found the first human. Aw, what a pretty melody. It's like a lullaby. Playing Spear of Justice, Undyne's theme song. Hell yeah, that's majestic. Perhaps the old man would enjoy that one. playing Rules Cards theme. Oh, that's Mr. Rules' theme. More like theme of him getting his ass kicked. Which weirdly seems to indicate that this music is just playing anytime Rules goes anywhere. Pretty on brand for that guy to just be packing around his own theme music wherever he goes. Toby is seemingly fully aware of the Woody theory and is kind of poking fun at the fans here because you can play Randy Newman's You Got a Friend in Me. Dude, stop messing around! I haven't found anyone confidently identify this one. It's kind of just being referred to as the annoying song. So maybe it's tied to the annoying dog, but there's nothing really in there for the ear to latch onto. If anyone has any ideas, I'd love to hear them. That melody's a little annoying? I wouldn't say that. Duh, you wouldn't. You can play chopsticks. Dude, stop messing around. Heart and soul? Dude, stop messing around. After putting this all together, I found a video by this YouTuber Xirez. They played these songs flawlessly and included the direct comparison of the real song. So if you're struggling to hear these, I don't think I can put together a better version of this than they did. I'll be sure to provide some direct links for you to check that out for yourself. It's only about 5 minutes. One more time as I'm closing things out, be sure to check out Beetle Ninja. It's entirely free, totally replayable, you're gonna have a blast with it, and be sure to drop us a review over on Steam. The next one of these videos is going to look at the secret bosses of both Chapter 3 and 4 together, and then from there we can start getting into the minutia of these chapters. It'll be a long but very fun process. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon.